Hello adventurers, it's your man Zero here, your favorite hero, and I'm here with another materia synthesis guide. This time we're going to go over wind/aero materia. Let's hop in and see exactly where we need to go in Midgar to find the materials we need to build this majestic piece of magicka. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you do find it handy, do like, sub, and subscribe. Let's hop in. Alright guys, so I got the game all loaded up here. Let's head into our enhance materia screen. So the first thing that I always suggest is making sure you understand if you're building a physical or a magical attack materia. So today we're going to be going over wind materia, so let's set up the filter for wind. And then we can see what we have. So we have a decent amount of purples and mostly physical. One magical and a physical 5-star. So right there, I see that I don't have very many magical attack materia for the wind element. So that's what I'm going to focus on in this video. So let's head back here and head to the synthesis screen. And then let's just go in here and go and find the material. So here we are, wind materia, and we can go add materials, and you can see the 3 different variations of synthesis crystals that you need. Gold is usually provided to us in events, and I'll actually show you an example of that in a minute. Purple is something that is grindable, and so is blue. So let's quickly go over to the event, and I'll show you exactly where you can get gold synthesis crystals right now. All right, so we got our event here loaded up, and let's take a look exactly at what we can get from the exchange shop here. So let's click on it, and here you can actually see we can get our day synthesis crystals here. We can get 3 in this batch, but I actually ended up already getting a bunch earlier. So here you can actually see another 3. So I believe that is all that we can get from this current shop. So 6 in total. So that's a prime example of where you can get gold synthesis crystals for your materia development. Next up here, though, we have our gather. So I do believe there are some synthesis crystal possibilities being dropped in this. Let's take a look. Okay, yeah, we got a purple, some blue, and we got a gold. So there you go, we got a gold of the evening. Okay, fantastic. So there's a prime example of another place within an event that we can get synthesis crystals. All right, now let's go talk about the purple synthesis crystals and where you need to go in order to get them. So we'll head back to the enhanced screen, synthesis, go back to the materia. All right, so now let's take a look at the purple ones. So here we can actually see that they do indicate that you can get them in a few different areas. With the crisis dungeons, you can complete these dungeons, and I believe the first time you go through them, you do have the option or the chance of getting the synthesis crystals. And then also by doing those, you get crisis metals, and you can utilize those in there. I would definitely refrain. Do not waste your crisis metals on synthesis crystals. Save that for things like the Buster Sword or any kind of special mats and stuff like that that come out in the future. When it comes to the co-op metals, though, use them freely, guys. You can actually get a whole bunch of synthesis crystals right off the bat. The shop just recently reset, so you can get a bunch right now. It resets periodically, I think once a month. So definitely utilize your co-op metals to get all those synthesis crystals that you could possibly can from your co-op shop. And then the last and not least is the Chocobo expeditions. This is where I always suggest going in order to getting the synthesis crystals on a repeated basis. So let's hop in there and see where we need to send our Chocobos in order to get those crystals. All right, so we got to go here to the expeditions, click that, and we scroll down to Archipelago 2. The 2 different areas that we can get the daytime is actually at Cove and Rosen's cabin. So we can click the magnifying glass, you can see it right there. And then we'll take a look at the other one. Right, so it's right there. So one thing to point out is the amount of materials at each one of these. You'll notice that there is a lot more in the Rosen's cabin, and if you have more drops, your probability is lower. So my suggestion is always put your strongest Chocobo at the one with the least amount of drops that could possibly saturate or water down your pool of getting the synthesis crystals. So here, let's send somebody out into the Cove. So this is a river type event, so we actually have this Chocobo. This is my personal favorite Chocobo that I have, so we'll send this little aquamarine beauty out, and we'll keep Lucia on her. Why not? All right, and what we'll do is let's expedite this so we can actually see what the rewards are like. And there you go. So we got 3 purples, and we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, 16. Holy shit, that's a lot, right? So we got 16 of the blue and 3 of the purples. Let's do it one more time. So we only got 1 that time. That's all right, but we still got a decent amount of blues. So let's go and do the other expeditions and see what that one gives us. So we'll go back down to the Archipelago 2 to Rosen's cabin, and we'll select it. We'll use the same Chocobo. We'll use Lucia as well, and we'll depart. Now we can see what she gets if we expedite this. Right, so we actually got a decent amount. We got 4 that time. Again, though, I do recommend the smaller amount of drops just because it doesn't saturate. So I'm actually going to send Lucia back to that first one, to the Cove, and just let her ride out into the sunset on that expedition, and hopefully she brings us back some really good stuff. All right, next, let's go and take a look at the blue synthesis crystals and see exactly where we need to go to get that one. Okay, so we're back here at the synthesis screen, and we'll actually go and take a look. So we have enhancement and summon quests. So we have two different ones that we could do. These are both listed at 4 difficulty, so not one or the other is going to be beneficial. Maybe you can just take in consideration if you're going to be building any of the other materia soon. So if you're going to be building a water materia, maybe you want to go forward with doing the water 4, because then you also get water synthesis crystal. And then you can also do Crisis Dungeons, and again, these are just the drops, the one-timers, the Chocobo Expeditions, as you just saw. And of course, the Guild Shop every day, the Guild Shop resets, and you have a chance, a small, minute chance, that the Synthesis Crystals will be in there. And then, again, the exchanges, so in the Co-op Metals and the Crisis Metals that you can utilize. The difference here, of course, with the Co-op Metals on the blue Synthesis Crystals, it is infinite. So here you can actually see daytime, right? I'll go ahead and I can put in 999, and once I've actually utilized all of these metals, and actually reset, but make sure you don't overspend co-op metals, because you do want to save them for other things. All right, so let's head back, and let's take a look at the water 4. Let's do this one here. All right, and I'm not gonna make you guys wait here, so wait and watch this whole battle. So let's just jump right to the end, and we can see what kind of crystals we end up getting. All right, let's see what we got. So we got 21 of the daytime. All right, so there you go. That's a decent amount, 21. We didn't bump into any cactar. If you did, then you would actually see even more results there. So that is a fantastic run. Now let's go do some synthesis. Okay, here we are. So there are 3 different variations of synthesis that I definitely suggest. I'll just show you really quickly, but I'll only be sticking to the one until I see really low odds, because sometimes when you get really low odds, if you then throw a gold with a whole bunch of stuff, maybe you'll get lucky and actually get a 5-star out of it. So let's first show you the 3 different variations. First, base level for synthesis, you want to go 7 of the blue synthesis crystals. This puts you to level 3. It guarantees you a 2-star with 2 substats. Next up, you actually want to do full 10 of the blue and just 4 of the... Hey guys, Future Zero here. Just as a quick heads up, I meant 3, not 4. This is just me coming in here and making sure that you don't waste your synthesis crystals. Let's head back to the video. Purple. This puts you to level 4 synthesis with a 2-star guarantee and 3 substats guaranteed. And then of course, finally, you can rank all that up, put 10 of the purple, 10 of the blue, and 1 of the gold. This puts you to max level with a guaranteed 3-star with 3 guaranteed substats. So like I mentioned before, I'm not going to be doing the top one right off the bat. I am actually going to do the lowest. So I'm going to go here and go 7. And you'll notice here that the time duration that I have is 306 minutes. That's 5 hours and 10 minutes roughly, right? So what I want to see is results below that threshold, basically at 4 hours, a few times in a row. And then once that happens, then I'll start ranking it up and doing some of the higher rarities. Let's see what we get. Okay, so there you go. We hit the floor, right? That is super low. The higher the number, the better the odds of it being rare. Okay, so let's see. Can we get another super low? Okay, so we got 2 rather low. This is definitely lower than this one. Now let's do the remaining with the gold, because I do have a decent amount, and I do really want some good magic attack wind materia, and right now I don't have it. So let's just go ham here. Okay, 1. So 5 hours, 7 minutes. So that's kind of around the threshold that I mentioned, but I do want to see better than that. I want to see around 6 to 7 hours. Okay, so that jumped us back down. 5 hours. Okay, so now let's just expedite the longest ones and see what we get. Guys, just a nice rule of thumb, if you got like minutes remaining, just wait. You know, don't waste one of these bookmarks on just 5 minutes or 6 minutes, right? Even if it's 30, just wait it out. You will be happier for it. 7 minutes later. All right, guys, so we have the 2 material done. Let's see what we got. Okay, that ended up being a purple. So that was the 5-hour one. That actually could have been gold as well. And finally, there's another purple. So we got 2 purples. So that's pretty solid. That's a pretty good result. I'm just going to do 2 more just so that way overnight they can build, and hopefully in the morning we get something tasty. No, see, look at that. Oh, what a bunk shot here. So I'm going to do 1 more just for the video, just for you. There you go. So as you can see, Sometimes if you want to run and you wait until you got some really crap luck, get those 3-hour ones in my case, then use gold, you get some pretty good odds. But if you were just shooting like gold along it the whole time, there's a high probability that you would have been wasting your gold synthesis crystals. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Good luck adventurers, be well out there. Take care.